$99. All day, Monday through Thursday. Get great taste and better value.
And Logan's the real American Roadhouse.
You have?
Welcome back. If you've been in a car accident, you may have lots of questions about how to proceed with getting your medical bills paid, your property damage claim handled, and more.
Attorney Karl Truman works with several auto accident victims. He has details on that process. And Karl, good to see you again. We were just talking about bad backs and so forth a few minutes ago. Clearly, that can be something that happens to somebody in an accident. It's important to contact an attorney then, too, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of types of back injuries that we deal with. Of course, a lot of variety of injuries, but probably one of the most common we deal with is back and neck injuries. And so as attorneys, I mean, we not only have to know how the law applies, I mean, we have to understand some of the medicine involved. So number one, we can make sure that the client gets the right treatment that they need and get to see the doctor that they need to see.
And also, there can be a delayed reaction. If you're in some sort of an accident, you may not find symptoms for not that day. It may take a little bit of time.
Well, that's true. You know, certain very different types of injuries, what we call, you know, acceleration, deceleration injury. The common term you hear is whiplash. And even though some doctors use that word, that's not really a medical diagnosis. That just describes the nature of the injury when you get hit, and then how your spine moves forward and backward to tear the ligaments and tendons in the spine.
And some people are concerned about fees, too, when they're in a wreck, and they want to hire an attorney to help them with some of that. And you say you do not charge a retainer fee up front.
That's right. You know, even though there's a lot of attorneys that advertise, and so you would think that it's fairly common knowledge that, you know, attorneys that do this type of work typically do a fee based on a percentage of the recovery. But I still do have occasionally someone will call me up and say, well, how much is it going to cost me to hire you? And so I always explain to them, no, it doesn't cost any money up front. Our fee, we only get paid when we recover money for our client.
Meaning that an insurance company pays on behalf of this. Now, there can be investigators involved, and there can be fees associated with people having to go out and do legwork for your case.
Well, that's right. That's something that a lot of people may not understand. You know, of course, the insurance companies have investigators that, you know, go out and photograph and document and look at the scene. Well, if you don't have that on your side too, you're kind of at a disadvantage thinking, well, they're just going to be fair with me. I hear that a lot. Well, I thought they would just be fair with me and take care and do the right thing. Well, so when we get involved in a case, there's been cases where, you know, a client has called me right away, and it's actually been able to save the case because I was able to get out there with investigators and document skid marks, document, like, for example, I've got cases where the roadway edge drops off too much. So we've got to get out there and document that before someone changes it, or even a premises case, a premises situation where there may be a defect in the sidewalk. So we've got to get out there to document that before they come along and change it or fix it behind you.
Sure. And then also your car. When you're in an accident, you could total your car, or you could hurt it to the point that you can't drive it for a while. You can help somebody get your car fixed because, gosh,
Right.
that's terrible not being able to have a car to drive, to get to work and everywhere else you got to go.
Well, that's true, and that's something that we provide as a service for no fee. If we're representing someone in their injury claim and they need help getting their car fixed, getting their property damage paid for, we provide that service at no charge on the property damage claim itself.
That's a big help.
Good to see you again, Karl.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. And if you have questions, you can call the Karl Truman Law Office, 222-2222.
And also you can go to trumanlaw.com for more information online as well. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Get more from your gambling experience.